Hey there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast. I am your host, JP, here with the very blonde Jack Hunter. What the fuck is going on, dude?
See, what had happened was I got in a fight with a Clorox bottle down here. It talked about my mother.
Sounds like something that would happen to a Cajun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially when you get split personalities, it kind of, you don't know who to go to,
That's very, very true, man. So anyways, what's new with you, buddy?
Well, there's a lot of new things with me, man. And, tonight, oh, dear God, here we go. Tonight, it's exciting because we do have a special announcement for me. And I mean, you as well. I mean,
so I'm here for facts. Wrong channel, Ron.
wrong channel, bro. Like, right. We keep our content original.
Right.
That's our name.
Well, I guess before we go ahead and get into our guest and everything for this episode this week, dude, why don't you just go ahead and share with us all what's the announcement?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Macy and I are expecting a baby.
Ooh, and we got some pictures of it. It looks like a peanut.
That's not a penis.
That's a peanut.
Oh, peanut. Yes, it's definitely a peanut. We find out on May 1st.
You could easily make a small meal.
Literally, yeah. He could that type of thing. I don't know if you're so,
Right. Oh, we already got people chiming in. We got Dave chiming in. The opening and closing sequences with the Crypt Keeper is very similar to the classic film movies from the 30s and 40s. The Crypt Keeper sounds a lot like Sam Spade from Maltese Falcon. Yes, they definitely took the like the gangster vibe with this episode. There's no arguing that at all. We got Jordan chiming in. Thank you for coming in today. He says, "Oh my God, the hair." Yeah, Jack is he does these really feminine things every once in a while. Like, we should just be happy he's not on here with makeup. We got Sam chiming in. Whoa, surf's up, dude. He's in Louisiana. They don't know what that is. And
we know to buy you.
Marley's tuning in too. The hair looks great. And we also got Kristen. Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
No, you said Kristen.
Oh, Kirsten. My bad. Whatever. So, oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you all viewing and everything. So, Jack, you said there's another announcement that also might involve me?
Well, yeah. I mean, I meant like with the baby and stuff. You could come down here when it's born because it's going to be an October baby, so you can
babies. I don't like babies.
You could do the podcast from the delivery room, like while she's pushing, be like, tonight, deal
only if you eat the afterbirth. Live on air, guys. You guys come vote now. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make a poll after the show today. If you guys want to see Jack eat the afterbirth live on air, please vote for it.
I'm so OCD. I don't even eat or drink after Macy. So that is probably impossible, believe it or not.
We'll see
I
what the
don't
poll
name.
says, guys. All right.
Oh,
So, anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our guest for this week, right, Jack? So this is a guest we've had
all
on a
right, let's
couple
go.
of times before, man. He's the CEO of Cutthroat Comics, a good friend, and comic creator, writer. I mean, dude does everything, and not only does everything, but does it by his fucking self. This guy is amazing. So let's introduce Josh Nealis. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
The amazing Josh Nealis is here.
The
So-
amazing. I should change your name.
Yeah. This is my third time on this show, so 2 more, and you got to get me a jacket like SNL does.
All right, that's fair. I'll remember that. Just
The 5 Club, right? Is it the 5? The 5 Club? Yeah,
Right.
that was a great episode. Yeah.
so, anyways, man, I know that you have some new stuff going on. I've already talked about it a little bit on some of my shows, but I got a copy right here of Hellscape, and I bought
Where's
this.
mine?
I bought
Oh.
this. Go to cutthroatcomics.com to get your copy, Mr. Jack Hunter. And but anyways, other than this, I hear you got some other things coming up too, man.
Yeah. Yep, we're gearing back up, for things to open back up. I've got 7 cons and appearances planned for later this year. And my next comic book, Turkey Sharks #1, is going to hit Kickstarter maybe a couple months from now. We're not really on a super hard timeline, but
You said Turkey Sharks?
Turkey Sharks, yep.
Okay, let's make that movie. I'm going to read it, and we're going to make that movie. That sounds like something I want to make.
Yeah, this is my team book. So I've done Stingray, and then Pedo Man and Kid Friendly, and then Ginger Avenger, and now they're finally together, and they are the Turkey Sharks.
Oh. Pedo Man is fighting a turkey shark.
Not necessarily, but yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, you'd have to read the stories to understand why that's their name. So
Yeah. By the way, guys,
that's fair.
it's good. Actually, when I first met Josh, I was just like, "Wait, am I hearing this right?" I had to go look on the website to make sure it was legit. I was just like, "Okay, I'm in. Let's go."
It's actually really funny, and I don't have those in front of me right now. Honestly, if I had all the stuff of Josh's that I own in front of me, it would take up my entire desk area. Josh can attest to that too. He's
Yep.
brought me things on more than one occasion. Plus, I've bought stuff online.
right.
And I can't suggest it enough. And honestly, like one of my favorites, obviously Pedo Man's pretty funny, but I really like the Stingray one. I like the whole sci-fi aspect with that one for sure. It's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, and Turkey Sharks #1 is kind of the closing of his story arc. So yeah, like Ginger 1, 2, and 3 kind of closed his, and same thing with Pedo Man and Kid Friendly, and now this is kind of the culmination of everything. Kind of, I kind of modeled it after what Marvel did, where they kind of started with Iron Man, and then Iron Man, in Endgame, that was his closure, his whole arc. So that this will be Stingray's kind of closure thing.
That's awesome, dude. I know that this is something you've been talking about. Now, with the turkey sharks and everything, this is exactly what you were talking about. Now, this is what's been anticipated for a while now, right?
Yeah, actually, is it the last page? It's like the second to last page of Turkey Sharks is the big finale kind of thing, and then there's a little bit of a wind down. But when I'm sitting writing it out, and I finally wrote the line that I wrote, because I knew the ending freaking way back when, 6 years ago almost. And when I finally wrote the line, because there's one line there, you're like, oh, so if you've read all those books, you're like, now I get it. So when I wrote that line, I was like, hell yeah. That like came out perfect. So
that's awesome. I can't wait, dude.
You have to go watch, buy his stuff so you can understand what he's talking about.
Right.
This one too, because I'm doing a Kickstarter, I'm writing it, and there's little narrator bubbles and shit. So, if this is the only thing you buy, you'll be able to understand what's happened and what is going on and stuff.
That's awesome, dude.
With that in mind, just in case.
That's really, really cool. I'm actually really excited to see where this one goes, especially after being a fan for this long and actually going through and checking it out. Like I've been reading your stuff for we're going on in almost 2 years now, man.
Something like that. Yeah, Monroe Pop Fest was where we met 2 years ago because there wasn't one last year.
Right. I think there's going to be one this year.
Was that Josh? Was that before or after the restraining order you put on JB?
I mean,
Before.
Yeah, it's a little vague because I mean, the one time he did the chloroform on me, I can't remember exactly when that was.
You weren't supposed to remember that part of it.
Yeah,
but it's okay because you're not hurting, right?
No, I'm feeling for a minute. The limp is gone away.
JB.
Oh, whatever. It could be much worse.
Yeah,
So
good old fashioned rape joke.
Can't go wrong, right? No.
JB loves those.
No.
Oh, whatever. So, anyways, before I continue on too many questions, let me go ahead and catch us up on some of these comments real quick.
Go for it.
Oh man. So we got John chiming in. Hey guys, thank you, John, for checking us out, dude. We got David, as Sean Astin says in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Hey buddy, let's party. I couldn't agree more. Nope, bad idea, says Jordan. Bad idea.
We were talking about me eating the afterbirth and shit. Like, that's just gross.
Oh no, it's fine. It's normal. So we got Sam chiming in again. So Jack, what are you naming my child? I love you, Sam. You're great. Oh, John, do freaking what, Josh? I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Probably the Pedo Man, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Our good buddy Justin Cooper's chiming in. Ooh, Cutthroat Comics, eh? I'm going to have to get you in touch with Justin. Justin's a pretty good friend of ours now. We met him while podcasting, too. He actually one of my newer favorite shows that I've been listening to quite a bit. Josh, you actually might like it. It's called Epic Shells. They go through some of the Ninja Turtle comics and do like small recreations of them in a way. And it's really, really cool, man. It's like, for me at least, it was a good way to get back into some of the things from my childhood.
Yeah, I'm a massive Turtles fan, so that would be right up my alley.
And Justin, you guys have, Josh, you guys have something in common too, because, Justin recently just lifted his restraining order on Justin as well. So
just came off.
They all had to. They like me. What can I say? Anyways, another thing about Justin too is everybody wants to check it out. He's doing the Amalgamania Awards, I believe is what it's called, and it's a podcast award ceremony. So everybody should go check out Justin Cooper's page over there on Facebook, and actually check that out. It's actually going to be pretty cool from what I'm hearing already. And then we got David live from the podcast, and then we got Ron also. Hey, I know this guy, Josh. What's up, Josh guy?
Hey. What's up, Ronnie? Go Pack, go.
Wow, that was a lot of comments to catch up on. So anyways, what I wanted to ask you, Josh, is I know that the book Hellscape, recently came out and everything. How is this one going compared to some of the other ones that you've done? Because I know that this right here is you actually going on to more of a darker side of writing, if you will. So like with that being said, like is it moving as fast as some of the other things that you've had?
I mean, this past year was very rough on independent creators, as it was, a lot of people. So sales were, they were way down. They were way I did my taxes a couple weeks ago, and I finally calculated the numbers, and I was even kind of surprised at what we did not do. And which sucks because we had a lot of momentum going into last year. Things were really looking up. The numbers were getting closer as far as what we were spending and what we were making and shit. And then last year just destroyed it. But that being said, with the release of Hellscape, this year is already looking way more promising.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it sold. I was very, very impressed with my reader base and my friends and family. I was at the post office, I think, for a week and a half every day, mailing out books. And so that was really good.
Now, Josh, who do you go through for publishing? I know it's self-publishing, but what site do you upload everything to?
Boy, I don't know if I want to say, only because.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not super happy with them, and I may change.
Okay. My
yeah,
bad. You got drama. I apologize.
no, not really, but they've changed their things and they've raised their rates and shit.
Yeah.
So I was explaining this to a friend earlier because I was talking to him at the school when we picked up our kids. But so this site, I would put my books on there, and then they could do print on demand.
Mhm.
So let's say you ordered the book, you would get it for whatever I normally sell it at, and they would take their cut from printing it. So if it's $6 and you paid 10, I'd get 4, and they just print it and make their couple bucks off printing. Well, now they print it. Yeah. So
Comics. I'm getting a notification. I just bought it.
oh, nice.
Welcome back to the post office. Let's see.
Continue, sir. Continue, Josh.
But yeah, so what they do now, and this is what I'm not happy about, is they print the book and then they charge double for you to buy it, and then I have to add my cut on top of that. So they're wanting $30 for Hellscape when I'm selling it for 15, and I'm not cool with that because I'm selling the fucker for 15. I'm not selling it for 30. I don't think that's fair.
No.
That you guys are getting charged double just to buy it through that site. If some random, guy doesn't even know me and he finds the book and buys it for 30 and he likes it, then goes to my site and sees it's 15 through me, it's like, that's bullshit. Right. So yeah, I'm not too happy about that. I want people to read my book at a fair price, and of course I want to make $1 million, but I'd rather make $1 million selling you 10 books instead of 1. I want you to read everything I've done. For me, it's about moving product and good product and not just making a killing on one thing.
Right. And may I go ahead and say once again, I really suggest for everyone to at least check out some of your stuff. Maybe start with the comics. That's personally what I did, just to get an idea of how Josh writes and everything. And you'll end up like me, just falling in love with it and pretty much owning his entire library. I think I'm only missing like 1 or 2 things.
What exactly is Hellscape? Is it a whole new series, or is it a bunch of collaborative writers that come together to write some stories, or what is it?
Hellscape it's my newest novel, so it's a full-length novel, and I don't know how far Justin is into it. I know he did read some of it, but it's very big in scope as opposed to some of my other books are just like single character pieces. Or a handful of characters, but this one is a whole world. This is like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, big. There's a lot of parts moving. There's a lot of characters. It's deep. And I'll get into what it's about. But like 2 weeks after it came out, I was in the shower, and you remember when you read a book in high school, and the teacher's like, "Okay, you guys read this chapter. Now, what do you think this character is saying?" And this and that. Yeah. And I'm in the shower and I'm like thinking about the book, and I'm like, that's funny how this one character says this and then that happens. And then I was like, that actually flows all the way through the book. And I was like, I wonder if the author actually meant to do that. And then I was like, oh, wait, I'm the author. I wrote that shit.
Yeah.
I did mean to do that, but I didn't. So that's how deep that book is like I've set everything up really well where it, you'll go back and go, oh, okay, so they said that there, and it goes all the way over to here. But the original idea for this book I don't even remember when I had it. I think it was probably 5 years ago. And the original concept was, you've had a sex dream about somebody that you know in real life, and it's very vivid. And for me, I wondered, I was like, because I saw them naked in the dream, and I wondered, is that really what they look like? Is my brain able to actually decipher what they look like? And if they were to show me their boobs and butt, is that what it really looks like? And I wondered about that. And then I got to thinking, like, there's this thing called the Akashic Record where like all knowledge is stored. It's a pretty trippy concept, but it's something people talk about. So I thought to myself, okay, yeah, it's a deep concept.
Okay, cool. I think I got it. I think I'm gonna have to take a shower after each chapter I read.
Yeah, there is sex in it, but it's not a whole lot. But they say people like Einstein and Newton and all these great thinkers were able to tap into that record because you kind of do it while you're asleep.
Oh.
and they'll wake up with ideas. So if you ever have a problem that you can't solve, something that's really bugging you, they say, think about it right before you go to sleep, and you may wake up with the answer. And I've done that a bunch of times with my books and shit. So the idea was that there's a guy that can go into people's dreams and he can directly connect with their mind and have sex with them because he wanted to. And that's in the book, but it's not, it ended up being this whole other thing, but that's a big part of it. Is this guy is, it's 400 years in the future, and this guy is a long line of these people that are dream manipulators, and they keep everything like homeostasis and keep everything moving along the way the record tells him to do, kind of. So it's something.
All right.
It's more than something. I strongly suggest it for everyone to go check it out. So, anyways, Josh, we had you watch an episode of Tales from the Crypt with us this week, buddy.
You did.
Yes, we did.
I forgot to watch it.
Oh man, this is gonna be a real fun episode.
Yeah, I watched it earlier today, so it would be fresh in my mind.
I think we all did, actually. I think that's what we
faces there was like.
To be fair, though, these episodes are like 25, 30 minutes at most, so it's pretty easy to fit it in almost every day of the week. That like which a lot of us do personally. But
hey, Justin, before you go further, Ron said something here.
Oh, now that's a t-shirt, JB. Yes, it is, and it says "Fuck Ron for tea." And talking about fuck Ron for tea, everybody, if you haven't yet, check out, I'm pretty sure I've shared it on the group and everything by now, but we're actually trying to help Ron raise a little bit of money. He had his computer kind of die midstream, and for us that actually know Ron, we know that this is a big part of his life, playing these games, doing this stuff and streaming and everything. So we're trying to do our part to do this. And yeah, the goal is a little bit on there, but for gaming and doing this stuff on here, it costs a little bit of money. And unfortunately, with some of the stuff that's been happening in Ron's life recently, as most of you know, like his mom died, he's taking care of his brother now. A lot's changed in his life, and we're just trying to help him be a little bit more comfortable. So,
and by the way, he does have a job. I just want to throw that out there. We just want to help Ron and give this gift to him. So anyone that kind of discredits any of that, that's from me to you.
That is fair. That is fair. So, anyways, let me go ahead and read some of these comments before we talk about the episode for this week, guys. So anyways, oh man. So David, speaking of Harry Potter, this marks the 20th anniversary of the first movie.
And Josh,
God, I feel old.
When we bring up David, that's when you take a shot.
Water. I got some water here.
Get some water. Okay,
right. Here's David again. Sounds a lot like the 80s movie Dreamscape. So, and we also got Jordan chiming in. That sounds absolutely fascinating. What's the name of that book? Once again, everybody, that is Hellscape. And just so everybody can go ahead and check it out, you guys can find Josh over. This is his Twitter, his Facebook, his Instagram, and his website. You can go to cutthroatcomics.com, go over to the merch shop from there. You can get this book as well as almost, I think everything's still on there, right? You don't have anything where you can't get it, right?
If I do, it gets retired and it doesn't even show up. So, yeah.
Right. So anything on there, go check it out. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff. You'd be really surprised.
Actually, I'm sold out of Judy and her Blue Cape right now, which is my kid's book. So I guess that's the only thing that it's sold out right now that's on there.
Oh,
people bought it, man. I put up a post like, I don't know, last week. And I was like, I only got a couple copies left, and it went quick. So
damn, nice, man.
Yeah,
can't beat that.
Well, no, I'll ask you afterwards.
Right.
I want to get you first. And I'm like, wait, no, that's not a question for on air. So,
well, I don't know, is it? No.
I already asked the question about the restraining orders, but that's different. That's
yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So, anyways, we are going to be sitting here talking about season 4, episode 4, but it's just called Seance, based off of the Vault of Horror issue number 25 comic book, and this aired July 4th of 1992. Yours truly was 4 years old. Not even.
You were a baby.
I was still 3. I turned 4 like a month afterwards.
What year? What was it? You said 94?
92.
Oh, 92. I was. Wait, what month?
July 4th.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I was that July 5th is my birthday. So, oh wow. Okay, so I was turning 8.
That's the day my mom and stepdad got married that day.
Oh,
That exact day, July 5th.
Wow.
That's funny.
that is.
I was 10.
Maybe they knew when they aired this episode on purpose.
maybe JB stalked you so much. That's why he put you on this episode. And now it just kind of reaffirms that you need to initialize the restraining order after the episode.
I'm not even sure I knew that he had a step parent, dude. Yeah. That's taking it pretty far.
That's a hardcore deep dive right there, too.
Right. Yeah, look through your window. You might see me. I got my whole booth just set up right outside there. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about this episode, guys. This was directed by Gary Fletter. And he's he did one of the Tales from the Crypt episodes, Forever Ambergris. He did Imposter, Runaway Jury, Things You Do in Denver, Homefront, a lot of TV movies. We also have Harry Anderson in this, who has done every fucking thing. Oh gosh, we got Chad Freeman in here too. Did I miss the gender transformation reveal? Wow, did that catch on, guys? I did not expect that one.
It's almost there.
Oh man, we are getting really, really close to it, guys. Give us another couple of weeks, and Jack will be a full-blown woman on here. All right. Anyways, though, Harry's best known for obviously playing Richie in the older It movie. Night Corp, Dave's World. He was also in Tales from the Crypt, Corbin's Calamity, where he played Corbin, as well as doing Cheers and tons of TV. But one of my favorite TV shows of all time, which had one of my favorite comedy actors on it, the amazing Tim Stacks, who's also been on the show, Son of the Beach, which I absolutely love that show. Josh, have you ever had a chance to check that one out?
Son of the Beach?
Yeah, it was like Baywatch almost, except Howard Stern produced it.
It was FX, so I mean it was raunchy.
Can't say I've heard of that one.
Oh man, it's funny as shit. It really, really is. You'll probably get offended though. Everybody who ever watches it probably would, to be fair. There's a lot of crazy shit in it.
It's not politically correct.
Yeah, I'm on board with that kind of stuff. So
right. So in this episode, we got Kathy Moriarty. I suck at names.
Moriarty.
Dude, she's watching. She's gonna be like,
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Whatever. And she plays Allison Peters in this, and she's best known for like Raging Bull, Analyze That, Soap Dish, The Bounty Honey. What?
Casper. That's where I knew her from.
That's the only place I knew her from was Casper.
Yeah, same here.
Right. Oh, dude, she's actually been in a lot of stuff. She has 76 credits out there, and I mean, just like everything. She's in a bunch of crap. The Duckman TV series, she did some voices on that.
Duckman.
Yeah, she's done a lot.
Oh my god.
She was in Kindergarten Cop. You know, she's
a teacher, like one of the teachers, or
she was the sister of the one dude.
Bad guy sister.
Huh?
The bad guy sister.
I believe so.
All right, actually.
The redhead. She was.
I don't know. Okay. She's blonde, but
the female cop that got sick and he took her place, and then there must have been the sister of the.
I'm pretty sure. Oh god, we got David chiming in. If you guys ever see the movie Casper, during the scene when the trio of ghosts possess Bill Pullman's character, he turns into many actors in the mirror. The Crypt Keeper has a cameo, yes, on the TV, and the movie also stars Kathy. Yes, exactly. David, our official Tales from the Podcast Google machine. We absolutely love this dude. So we also got Ben Cross in this episode as Benjamin. And I mean, these guys have been in every fucking thing. It's crazy, some of the people that they've had on this one.
Wait. was that main guy. He was the cop in what you reviewed recently on 2G1C in the last couple months.
I don't. Which one?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. Yeah. Well, actually, I believe there was a couple of people in this that were in Killer Clowns from Outer Space, actually, which is weird to talk about. But no, he was in the trying to think of real quick. What the fuck was he in? Hellhounds, Wicked Little Things, Undisputed 2, Exorcist: The Beginning. He was on Spartacus, The Potato Factory. Dude's been in a lot of fucking shit, dude. Dark Shadows. He was Barnabas Collins. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yes.
No. I'm the only one. All right, fine.
Yes, I remember.
All right, fine. All right, and we also got Ellen Crawford in this one too. She was in The Man from Earth, ER, Soldier. She's also been in quite a bit of stuff. A lot of TV stuff, though. I mean, a lot of TV, and it's like one-off things, like on Seventh Heaven and stuff, which I'm sure Jack probably recognizes her from that. That was one of his favorite shows.
Seventh Heaven.
Oh my God, no. Anyways, we also have John Vernon in this as Mr. Chalmers, who's probably one of the more recognizable people in this. He was Curtis in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. He was in the National Lampoon's Animal House. He was in Dirty Harry. This guy's been in a ton of shit. He was in the Incredible Hulk series. I believe it was the cartoon. Yes. And
He was the was he the dean in Animal House? He was the dean, right? The dean? No.
Let me see real quick. In the Animal House. Yeah, he was the dean. Yeah. He did a lot of voices too. He did the Batman animated series. He was Rupert Thorne in that. I mean, the guy's done a lot of shit. Let's see, what else did he do?
He's still alive?
Is he still? I don't think so. No, he died in 2005. Yeah, I was pretty sure he passed away already. But I mean, the guy's been in a lot of shit. He was in Vegas, the TV series. He was in Heavy Metal too, which is pretty funny. Whoa, dude, Jack, we just talked about this one the other day too. Kung Fu. He was in that as well. I forgot about that.
Wait, wash. What? What?
We were talking about Kung Fu.
I know we were.
Of course, you can count on me and Jack to have a conversation about Kung Fu. Whatever. Jack thinks it was inappropriate. I completely understand how Carradine could have learned Kung Fu like that. It makes perfect sense.
Not when Bruce Lee and the executives were developing it, and then Hollywood didn't want a Chinese man to. Don't get me going. No.
Well, Carradine, a lot of people don't realize it, that he was actually a martial arts master.
Oh, and Bruce Lee wasn't. Okay.
I just made that up. I don't even
know. Yeah, the dude. He learned like jiu-jitsu watching, I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Shaw Brothers movies.
Yeah. Something funny. Sorry.
Right. Well, let me go ahead and catch us up on our comments once again then before we go ahead and let Jack go and talk about this episode.
God, here we go.
So let's see here. We got Jordan chiming in. Jack, when is the Staticast getting a cameo on the podcast? When you pay $20. That's the rule. You got to pay $20 if you want to be on, guys.
I mean, Josh paid us $200. That's how we get paid. He gets $100, I get $100. That's how we do it.
I hope nobody believes that. We got David chiming in. John Verdon, yes, and Ron. Heavy Metal Tech Rejects. No, just the regular Heavy Metal.
That's the spinoff, apparently.
All right. So, anyways, Jackie Poo, go ahead, lead us off. Talk about Seance.
All right, so Seance starts off with the Crypt Keeper obviously doing his little, hey, see, man, here's what we got. But it sets the tone and everything of it. And then it goes into this little seance type of thing. And there's this guy creeping in the closet. And he's like, how did I ever get involved with you? And next thing you know, it cuts back to a week earlier. Okay, they're in this lawyer office. This girl's looking all sexy and everything, just like a 50s Dane would. And this guy comes in and the lawyer there is like, hey, sir, you have a brother, cousin, sister, uncle from a long lost person that is your relative and they owe you money or you owe them money or something, but you pay us and we'll give you the money. So this girl ends up being his cousin. Okay, so after that,
Well, she kind of.
okay, so they say she's her cousin. Guys, it's a scam. Anyways, so
You don't have to do the voice.
I know, but it makes it more entertaining for everyone. Anyways, so goes out and see what happens is Josh is looking down at questioning why he's on the fucking show. So, but no, so they set this whole thing up to where they actually make the guy fall in love with his cousin, and there's some inbred stuff which JB is kind of used to, and then she has her what?
So
sorry,
would you say you fucking Cajun?
I don't hear bullshit. What? I'm sorry. No, I don't hear pussy talk. Sorry. Anyways, so after that, she gets the guy who's the lawyer, who is apparently like her lover or something of that sense, which kind of really was never explained. And he's hiding in a closet like R. Kelly, and instead of pissing on people, he's taking
Funny,
pictures.
he reminded me a lot of you in that part.
You know what? We're not supposed to talk about my personal business on how I anyways. So that's what happens. He takes the pictures while they're getting it on. So basically this dude's eventually like fucking his cousin. And that's kind of fucking weird in a sense when you think about it from the outside. And then after that, they go to the doctor. Oh, and right before, there's this song that comes on, and she's like, "Oh, that's my favorite song of all time," or something like that. And then the next day cuts, and they're at his office, and the dumbass lawyer, once the guy walks in with the money, and they're talking about like, "Oh, let's just buy the guy out so we don't have to worry about everything." He brings in, shows him the money, and the lawyer says, "Oh, there's one more thing we got to do." And next thing you know, the lawyer guy is like humming the same tune as he's getting out the envelope. And the guy's like, "So I've been had by two scammers, eh? Is that your favorite song too?" And
It was like a Dick Tracy movie.
like, hey. And next thing you know, he's like, "I've had it. You guys are not gonna get me." Blah blah blah. And the girl's looking at him like, "You fucking idiot! Why would you hum that one fucking tune? Of all the tunes, why would you do that one?" And he walks out. She goes to chasing with a gun. And before all this set was set up, right when the guy first got there, the elevator was broken. Like it didn't work. So he's pushing the button on this elevator out in the hallway, and she has a gun saying, "You gonna give me this?" Blah 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 blah. He turns around, the door opens, and he falls to the bottom of the elevator shaft. And next thing you know, the lawyer and the girl are looking down, and she's like telling him to go get the briefcase with the 300 grand. And next thing you know, we hear noises. They look up, and the elevator is going down. So the elevator crushes him. It comes back up. It has intestines, all great, by the way. The effects, Todd Masters, boom. Anyways, so
As always.
it cuts to it cuts to the police station, and the wife walks in. She's all crying and everything. She walks out. They see the case, of money. And I forgot to mention that they showed the pictures that they took while they were getting it on to the guy, and the guy's like, my wife will never see these. Okay, so she walks out with the with the case, and they see her, and the chick is like, "Yo, hold up, wait up, dog. Let me go see what's going on." So she walks up to him, and she's like, "Yo, bitch, what's up?" And then she's like, "Oh, you were the guys that
my god, dude,
was talking about." And yes. And then they're like, yo, bitch, we want to give you this cane. And she's like, "What are you showing me? I can't see it." And they're like, What? And she's like, "I'm blind." And then they were kind of like dumbfounded that this whole thing really happened. And then the wife knew that money was supposed to go to them. So she's like, "Oh, I have to make sure that Mr. Peterson is okay. And Mr. Peterson still wants me to give it to you." And they're like, "What the hell is the bitch talking about?" And then she starts to go on talking about, like, I got my what the hell is it, palm reader or whatever type of person. And next thing you know, psychic, yeah.
Damn.
next thing you know, they're kidnapping the psychic, and they're like, you know, yo, bitch, we're gonna take your job, and you know, they try to mimic her talk and like, and then knocks her on the side of the head, knocks her out, and the man, you know, they hide her face because her escort guy brings her in because she's blind, can't see, and he's explaining to her what the fuck's happening, and then this bitch starts talking like the other bitch, and then see what happened was they summoned Mr. Peterson, and on the table is the I think is the suitcase, and we see this person walk up, and the girl, the bitch, she's like, tell us what you want, and the blonde chick is like, what's going on, and the other dude, the escort, is like, it's Mr. Peterson, he doesn't look too happy, blah 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 blah, or something, and then things start getting kind of crazy, and it's revealed. You start hearing the real voice of Mr. Peterson that died in the elevator shaft, and he's like, I want to tell you myself, and then slams it down, opens it up, reveals that it's the head of the motherfucker that was the lawyer, and you see it's actually Mr. Peterson. He's all fucked up, and then you know, the wife is like, what's going on? What is going on? And next thing you know, he's like, your man was right, and he like rips that bitch's heart out and says, ha, you have no heart. The end.
What a fucking rendition of it, dude. I don't know where you it's like, I don't know what the fuck you just did there, man. I probably wouldn't be allowed to say it anyway. So
DMX, that's for sure.
right, this is Jack's Jack doing his DMX impression while fucking doing Tales from the Crypt episode. Fucking A, dude. I can't believe you. So anyways, with that being said, let's talk about some of the differences between this and the comic book. And there were some differences, just so you know. So obviously, with this being done in the 50s compared to the 90s, there is a money difference there. So instead of the $150,000 each, which turned into $300,000 for the suitcase, this was actually at $20,000 here. And well, you're talking inflation over that many years. It's pretty close anyway. With this, it was a little bit different too. Like there was no female companion. It was two guys that were scamming Chalmers in it, which is cool because they actually use a lot of the same names in this one. A lot of them they really change it up. Yeah. Cool. But Chalmers ends up mentioning this girl Gilda, you know, a psychic, and starts laughing about her or whatever. And they're talking, and obviously they're scamming him at the same time, getting some money out of it. And shortly after that, one of the other scenes that's kind of different is how he ends up figuring out that he's being scammed. He ends up going to checking on these guys without them really knowing about it, and ends up walking in on them talking about him. And that's how he actually ends up finding out about it.
So
His wife, huh?
There's no kissing cousins?
No kissing cousins, Jack. I know you damn Cajuns love those kissing cousins. So you know, he ends up pretty much threatening them with prison time and stuff. So they end up going and following him when he leaves, and they end up running his car off of a cliff where he drops 100 feet off of it. And this is how he dies. And then afterwards, they end up going and running into his wife at the funeral. And his wife, by the way, in the comic book is not blind. She's completely fine. But this is where the psychic thing goes and, you know, leads on into it a little bit more from what was said earlier. Is that, you know, obviously he knows about the psychic because his wife goes and sees psychics. Yeah. So these guys decide to try to still continue this, you know, getting the money kind of in the same sense as they did in the TV show. So they end up going to the psychic before she gets there and bribing the psychic and giving her a lot of money to pretty much just lie to them. And when she goes and like performs the seance itself, Chalmers appears and comes out and just strangles him. And then they go back and Jack, Gary Busey impersonator here, guys, over there. But when they go back and check on the other guy who's in the closet pulling what I call a jack, when they go and check in on him, you end up finding him strangled inside of the closet as well. And we end the scene with everybody kind of freaked out that they actually saw Chalmers' ghosts, which was pretty interesting. Definitely interesting. So before we go ahead and get into our thoughts on this episode and everything, we're going to take a small commercial break, guys, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways podcast. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflash.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Octopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we? We sure do.
So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and paranormalpunchers.com.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. A whole new season of spine-tingling.
For the first time in We're Not Afraid of the Dark history, we're actually going to watch a erotic scene
together. Just a couple brothers watching porn together. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, on air right now. This is the biggest plot hole I saw this, by the way. How in the fuck does she take him back in town for
But she made it a point to bump him. But no, I agree.
How do you not catch this?
I was drunk when I watched this.
Whoa, you...
So were we.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just this giant fucking board right here ready to lock down.
Like it has hooks that you latch the fucking door to lock it.
She is on Mr. Skate Up, I'll link in the show there. She's just gonna, and she's listed as great nudity. She's a red-haired girl. They say she has great natural tits.
See?
You seen her black people in this episode?
I like how she's exercising while eating it, and then she's in the bathroom taking a shit, reading the story, and the plates on the floor.
And this is also the first episode where our main characters aren't just a bunch of generic white kids.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing. There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they?
Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up! I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
All right, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Tales from the Podcast, guys. So just so everybody knows, I have already went ahead and on everywhere where we are streaming this, I have posted a link for Josh's book, Hellscape. So everybody can go and actually just have a direct link there. Check it out if you can. I'm pretty sure anything is appreciated, you know. So anyways, guys, we just watched this entire episode. We talked about the episode a little bit, kind of walked through it, and we discussed some of the differences between the 1990s TV show on HBO compared to the original source material with the comic books.
Yes.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and talk about what we liked about them, what we didn't like, and give it a rating. So, Josh, since you are a fabulous guest for this episode, man, why don't you start us off?
Sure. I mean, so I don't remember the name of the episode I watched the last time I was on the show, but I think I liked that one better than this one. This one was a little more, like that one was kind of funny and upbeat, and this one was a little more kind of flatline, but it was okay. A little bit predictable, since dude already kind of gave all the spoilers and the rundown. You know, when the dude first jumped in the closet and I was like, okay, they're doing a seance. I was like, well, he's going to turn into, you know, whoever else. So that was kind of predictable. I thought the gore was cool because in the other episode you guys had me watch, I don't think there really was much.
No, I don't think there was. I'm trying to think of which episode it was. I'll have that up in just a moment.
I can't remember which one it was, but and I'm not a huge fan of women with really raspy voices. So
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's okay, but hers is very raspy, which is why she was good in Casper, because it's like I double hate you. But yeah, I mean it was all right. I guess I don't know. 3 out of 5 Buseys, I guess.
That's a pretty fair rating. That's definitely probably right on par for what it probably got, to be fair.
It's better than the Snyder Cut. I'll give it that.
I fucking love you, man. that is Jackie Poo's favorite movie right now. And oh my god, I completely, like, this podcast is turning all the way around. I completely thought the Snyder Cut was a pile of shit.
Really? Oh, he's back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Justin dropped down for that.
Oh, go fuck yourself. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue some of this chat real quick. So Jackie Poo, now you got a chance to actually go and watch this as well. So with us talking about everything, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you thought about this episode and give it a rating yourself.
All right. Well, my rating, this episode was definitely not better than the Justice League 4.5 hour amazing cinematography, writing, bullshit. But anyways, Godzilla was cool too. Anyway, so
much better than the Snyder Cut.
I liked the episode, and like Josh said, it was kind of predictable. And you know, I like to be surprised, so it really didn't get me. I liked the gore, and you know, Josh hinted on that. Well, it was very, very, very amazing, and I really think that I mean, I think the gore was great on it. Honestly, that's my only real opinion on it. And I'm gonna give this one. It wasn't the best, so 5 out of 5. I mean, 5 out of 10. Sorry,
5 out of 10. That's fair. That's still fair. So, before I go ahead and get into my rating real quick, I want to go ahead and just catch us up on some of these comments because I got pretty close to an entire scrolling thing of this to get through. So apparently people might like us. So anyways, Jordan chimes in. My bank account said bye. All right, fine. You can come on for free. Jack could cover your 20. We got Sam chiming in. Far out, dude. How many lines of coke did it take to tell that, Jack?
Let me tell you. I mean, it was like,
David, our good buddy. At the end of the episode, John Vernon's character says, "You ain't got no heart," which is what he said at the end of Poetic Justice story in the Tales from the Crypt 1972 film. Yes.
Googling as we're doing it, or
that hands down my favorite anthology film. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Tales from the Crypt from 1972. The Amicus film is fucking amazing. I love it. Oh, look at this. A YouTube comment coming in from Josh Fighter. A good gaming friend of mine. Josh, man, I love you, dude. Just stopped by saying hi before I go off to bed for work. Awesome, man. Hopefully you have a good day at work tomorrow, buddy. And definitely got to get back onto some of that Dead by Daylight with me, man. That's fucking awesome. We got David. If you ever watched the remake of Battlestar Galactica, it stars John Vernon's daughter, Kate, who was in season 5 episode To Death Do We Part.
Spoiler alert, we haven't got there, David. Damn it.
Oh, whatever. We got Sam chiming in. 6 out of 10, kind of boring, but love the old feel of it. Like the scenes they created, the old elevator, the office, etc. Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that. That's for sure. And we got Joe Ridgely chiming in as well. Love Josh's MOTU and DC collection in the background. Can't see the top shelf. Well, with that being said, Josh, before I get into my review, you are, obviously a toy collector, and you got quite the collection there, man. Would you like to show it off a little bit for some of the people? I'm sure Joe would really appreciate seeing some of these things.
Yeah, I mean, we can do a scope around the room. I'm not going to put up my address because I don't want people.
That's fair.
So yeah, up the top thing there is GI Joes. Some of them are older, some of them are 90s. DC Superpowers, and then I got the Motu stuff. There's Captain Planet in that shelf. Over here is Gray Skull and Snake Mountain. A couple Thundercats and some random stuff there. Over there's that's my X-Men stuff and Pops and a couple comics, and then got all my Turtle stuff on this shelf. Some random stuff. I have comics and shit going all around the room. It's like a toy store in here. I picked up, you probably can't see him, but Teddy Ruxpin and Grubby is.
Yeah. No fucking up.
Dude, $60 for both of those at a flea market.
Oh, fuck you, Josh.
Yep. And then I got my New Mutant section is over there, kind of on that shelf. So
March Madness right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I'm rocking here.
Which is very impressive, man. You got some pretty cool toys, dude. That's for sure. Yeah. I don't blame you for not giving out your address. That's for sure. That explains why you always want me to meet you in random spots.
Right. Random McDonald's parking lots.
What'd you say, Jack?
$20 and you'll send it out to him.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's go ahead and get into my review of this episode. So with this one, kind of like where I fit in with most of the episodes, to be honest with you, I actually enjoyed the comic book for this one quite a bit more. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was more, I guess, the suspense in it was kind of more, it was just better, I think, I don't think they really needed the actual gore in the episode, but don't get me wrong. Todd Masters is a fucking genius. He did a great job with the gore, which is pretty much what everybody has said. It looked awesome. It was kind of cheesy, the hand going in and everything, but we get that for the 90s, that's for sure. Yep. The whole the elevator scene with it smashing down on him, that was really cool too. I really like that. Overall, though, I'm gonna have to say this was probably around like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I don't think it was really a bad episode. I still thought it was fun. I really like the whole kind of paranormal aspect of it, especially when you're going to like the ghosts and stuff like that. I think that's a pretty cool concept to go with. In the episode when they had his head in the case, I thought that was really cool too. That's something we really didn't touch on too much. The actual special effects that were done there were fucking spot on. I mean, he did great job. And with the comic book kind of changing that around and making it like a strangulation on both sides, kind of gave it a creepier feel, especially with the guy being strangled inside the closet by himself. But like I said, like a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. It was still a really fun episode, that's for sure. So anyways, that's pretty much our discussion on this episode. We got Joe chiming in again. Too cool. Yeah, man, Joe, you got to hook up with Josh, dude. That's for sure. Josh is a pretty cool guy. Check out some of his books, man. I'm telling everybody about it. I'll post his links again for Hellscape. Obviously, with the link from Hellscape, that's on his store page. I'm sure you could easily navigate to the rest of his products from there as well.
Yeah. Buy everything. Like, if you got money, you just got $1,400. We know you got money, so go spend it. Put it back
to the people. We know you just got a stimulus check, guys.
You got all 3 stimmies, but your tags are expired, your license is suspended.
Oh yeah, well, whatever. Mine aren't. I don't care.
I'm good. Yeah,
People do your own. Whatever. It could be worse. That's for sure. So, Josh, man, I want to thank you once again for coming on, man. Talking about everything that you have going on with you. Talking about your book, Hellscape, talking about some of the comics that you have coming up and everything, dude. I think it's awesome, everything that you're working on. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be buying the next thing too.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Super appreciate you guys having me on. Congratulations on the kid, man. That's exciting.
Thank you so much, man.
It's a 7th one.
Shit. Wait. No, I mean, hold up. No. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, we're excited to do October 27th. So I'm hoping for a Halloween baby. And dude, I told Macy.
Imagine the live show, guys. Remember, vote on the poll. Eat the afterbirth Jack. Hashtag afterbirth Jack. Let's keep it going.
The doctor is wearing a Superman costume, and is delivering my baby. That's all I'm saying. That's what's happening. And Macy is yelling "No" in the background. If you heard her, it's happening.
Can I give you guys a scoop?
Yes. Go ahead. Tell us, man. Tell us. What do you got?
I think I've only told my stepdad this. Okay. So I'm writing Turkey Sharks #1 right now. It's being drawn. And we're going to get 2 new characters in this book. Okay. I'm going to tell you one. I'm going to keep the other one secret. But the one is a female superhero. She has a short white skirt and it says "Yes" on it. She's blonde. She has Ugg boots and she throws pumpkin spice lattes. And her name is Basic Bitch.
Oh, yes. Fucking right, dude. Hell yeah.
All right, now just curious. I know you're doing a Kickstarter for some of your stuff. How much money would I have to donate for you to change her name to Jack?
$3,000.
Because this sounds like you just described Jack in your comic book. I love it. I love it. That's for sure, man.
Pumpkin spice latte. Bitch, I pulled a Karen today. By the way, I'll give you guys some information here. I did pull a Karen and a Basic Bitch move today. So I was at McDonald's a couple weeks ago, and they said, pull up for your order. And I'm like, all right, you have to go pull up and park, and they bring it out to you. Yo, I was there for 30 fucking minutes with a pregnant girl at home. I was hungry. And I went back tonight, and they were like, sir, can you please pull up? And I said, no. I said, I'm that guy that was waiting over 30 minutes for 2 quarter double whoppers, quarter pounders, whatever it is. Yep, I'm not doing it. I said nope. And Macy was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? You're that guy right now? I'm like, damn right.
We also need to have a poll on what do you guys think Jack's going to be done with this transition?
And listen to Kids Pop. Calm down.
Oh God, whatever. So we got David chiming in again. Hey Josh, your superhero who throws pumpkin spices sounds a lot like that Spider-Man antagonist, the Hobgoblin.
This is lattes. Though. This isn't pumpkin bombs. This is lattes. She's much sexier than Ned, whatever his name is.
Does she have kids that end with Lynn, Lee, Aylin, Den? That's the thing, like Brayley, stuff like that.
Yep, she's not too super thought out yet, but she gets I think she's only on like one page, like an introduction page, like a cameo. So, but
Interesting. I can't wait, man. Sounds
actually,
really cool.
yeah, another fun fact is Pedo Man is the only character I have that doesn't have a real name that I've never revealed. So
his name is Jack. Josh,
No. That one's funny. So, anyways, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. So, Josh, like I said, thank you once again for coming on, sharing everything with us. And everybody, as the banner says, you guys can go check out Josh over at cutthroatcomics.com, over at Twitter at twitter.com/cutthroatcomics, at facebook.com/cutthroatcomics, and over at Instagram.com/cutthroat_comics. So pretty easy to find him. You just search Cutthroat Comics and he's going to pop up all over your shit.
You can find some news if you Google me hard enough, I bet.
Ooh. Or it's probably easier just to message him on Facebook. Or join his OnlyFans.
I mean,
Cutthroat Comics.
Which executed the restraining order from Justin, then it got in the mail, then
Right. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and kind of get into a different part of the show. So Josh, I'm not sure if you want to stick around or not. I know it's pretty late where you are right now. I'm sure you're probably ready to go to bed.
Yeah, it's 3 hours and 5 minutes past my bedtime. So.
Well, that's all right. Well, so with that being said, guys, Josh, thank you once again for coming on, man. We love you, dude. You're an awesome dude. We love everything you're doing. And we strongly suggest everyone, you please go over to cutthroatcomics.com. Check out what he has going on there. Purchase something if you got the money for it. It's only a few bucks to get started with the comic book. And I'm telling you, it's a great read. Fun. The artwork's good. A lot of like small little hidden things in there too for a lot of us movie fans out there that you'll really enjoy. That's for sure. So Josh, thank you once again for coming on, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. Feel free to go ahead and go if you want to, and I'll chat with you later on or tomorrow or whatever, buddy. So you have yourself a good night, man.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. Be safe out there, everybody.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into a different part of the show. So we actually started getting some voicemails in last minute, and I'm going to be honest with everybody. I don't really know who left any of them. There were 4 of them, and I'm not sure what they say or anything. So this is going to be kind of fun, and I didn't check them out, so I have no idea. I really hope they're not offensive. If they are, I'll stop them.
So basically what he's saying, we do not – what's that?
I don't scream nothing.
We don't agree with nothing. We don't represent this, basically. This was sent to us.
Right. But I made them all into small videos for everybody to make it easier. So let's go ahead and start off with our first voicemail. So thank you to everybody who did call in and leave a voicemail if it's nice and appropriate. If not, then fuck you and we'll keep going. So here we go with our first voicemail.
Hey, what's up? It's Gabby. I just wanted to shout out and give a special thanks to Jack for what he's done for us in the movie that he's making. Just wanted to say y'all should definitely go watch it. It is going to be so bomb, and all the stuff Jack does in the Paranoid tapes and Horror Nights is so bomb and so good. And I just want to, say thank you, Jack. Bye.
So I'm assuming, Jack, you know a Gabby?
Yeah.
Does Macy know her?
Yeah, Macy knows her. That was really sweet. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. That was really sweet, Gabby. Straight up.
All right. If you're gonna start crying, we're not gonna do voicemails no more.
No, we're gonna do it. Keep going. It's not expensive.
Whatever. I don't believe that. Jack planned this. Here's voicemail number 2, everybody.
Jack Hunter makes good movies, and so does JB, unlike Ebola Rex and Arrest Native. My favorite line so far is, nah, if you feeling funky, jump, bitch.
I have no idea what that is, and I did not make those movies. So it sounded like the same person, though, from the first one. So it's easy to tell that was also the same person. So now we know that, Gabby does not know what I do. So let's go ahead on to the next one.
You did do Paranoid Tapes 4.
That wasn't mentioned.
She's on tapes.
So let's go ahead and
So
get
good,
into our
man.
next voicemail.
Hey, I want to say I love this show. Man, love this show to the day of, I tell you what. Come on, them Crypt keepers. Man, I tell you, I love this show. Yeah, bye. Get out of here.
All right. So apparently, I'm assuming that's somebody else from Jack's Corner there. It sounds like it. Sounds like a Louisianian. I'm pretty sure that's what you guys are called. So let's go ahead on to our fourth voicemail, which I'm sure I'm gonna not do voicemails.
Hey y'all, it's Morley and Jordan and a crying little baby. I just had a little knock joke to share, so here it goes. Knock knock. Who's there? Static. Static who? Static electricity, or do I mean Jack Hunter's Static? It's the best film company. Good night. Say bye, baby.
So there we go. So obviously, for those who do not know, Jack does have a small film that is going to be coming out soon called Static. So stay tuned. There will be more news coming with that, in the following months, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and catch up on some of these comments real quick. Sam, and the
Crypt
is closed, but I'm a grave robber, so I don't care. Sorry, Ron broke my bank. Oh, did he really? Sounds like Jack. So actually, funny that you go ahead and bring up Ron again. And man, I can't tell you how much it actually means to him for everybody who is actually doing this. And keep in mind, this is something that Ron did not know that I was actually going to be doing for him. It's just kind of something I decided to do on my own out of the goodness of just my own heart. And just kind of hope for the best. Obviously, we're all trying to do what we can for him with it. But we did start, like I said, a GoFundMe for Ron so that we can try to help him. He ended up having his computer kind of just like took a shit on him. It really, really sucks. It ended up happening live, like I said, live on while he was doing his streaming. I went ahead and I posted that out for everybody. So if you do have anything that you are able to share and everything, it would be greatly appreciated and really help him out. Anything helps at this point. And obviously, if we find something cheaper along the way and we can get it, we're just going to go ahead and close it and just go with it and everything for him. We're just trying to get him something to get him back to where he was. So, Jack, man, do you have anything else that you want to go ahead and add to this before we get out of here?
No, guys, if you don't see me on here per se, like on another episode next in the future, or in the reason, I wasn't on the last one, I've been you've heard filming. I've been filming. Wait, what? I'm fired. Yeah, it's because I'm fired. Yeah, no. No, I've been filming Static. We got a lot of stuff happening. Static is good. Go check us out on Facebook, Jack Hunter Static. And also Jack Hunter Productions, LLC, also Tales from the Podcast, our group and our Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. We're doing good, and I'm really proud of my cast, and yeah, the support from the girls you heard. So,
right.
Yeah.
Obviously, they really like you. That or you already gave them all $20 to call in, which sounds more realistic.
Oh, ha 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 ha. No, they're actually, you know what I will say, this cast, they are they're young, but they're good. There's no other way to say it. They're talented and they take direction very well. And I'm very proud of all of them and everyone involved. I love you guys.
That's awesome, man. I really hope the best along the journey that you're going with this. That's for sure. By the way, we also got Sam chiming in. Hope you get it back up and running, Ron. Wish you luck. Sam, you're a sweetheart, man. We love you, bro. Ron, thanks. And today was a rough one. I know Ron. Me and Ron talk all the time, dude. And he really appreciates everything that we're doing for him. So like I said, if you have anything extra and you're able to help out, it is greatly appreciated. And it's just something that we wanted to do nice for a good friend of ours, a good friend of the show, and somebody who's jumped in to help us out when we needed it. He's helped me guest host things when Jack dipped out and had things to do, or that one time when he started his period, because the transition period is really, really hard for him right now. But Ron's done a lot to help us out, man, and it's good and it feels nice to be able to kind of pay it back a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. And everybody knows that me and Ron, we go back and forth in comments and messages and on here, but it's nothing but love. We actually do care about our listeners and our viewers, and we promote every single one of you. If you guys have something you want to promote, come to our page. We'll shout it out. We won't delete anything. You just bring it and we promote it. It's what we do as Outlaws.
Yeah. We definitely like to go ahead and like I said, share everything out, help people. Absolutely. And right now, like I said, we're helping Ron out. So if you can, please help us out with this. If not, it's okay. Maybe give us a share. Any shares help as well. So like I said, we appreciate everything that everyone's doing for us and everything. And Sam, thank you, brother. I know that you're always going to help us out too along the way, man. So Jack, do you have anything else, buddy?
All I can say is that the Crypt.
You're not saying it.
I'm saying I have not said it in months.
With that being said, the Crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.